After launching over 100 products on Amazon and doing 15 million in sales, here are 3 of the most important things that you need to do in order to succeed. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Trevin Peterson. I'm a full-time 8-figure Amazon seller, and I'm super excited to share the 3 learning lessons, most important learning lessons after launching 100 plus products, doing 15 million. I've been in the game selling on Amazon for 8 years. I've coached over 1,000 plus students. And if you can do these 3 things, you will succeed. But if you don't do them, you will fail and land flat on your face and throw away thousands of dollars. And the strategy that I'm going to be sharing in this video, nobody's talking about. And the reason that I know that is because I've been in this space for 8+ years and I've seen everything. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like the video, drop a comment, and let's jump into my screen and dive into the first lesson that I've learned. And this is one of the most important, and it's also one of the hardest lessons that I've had to learn because it's a complicated topic, and it is product verification. Now, I didn't say finding a product. That's the easy part. You can use 1,000 different softwares to help you find cool, unique ideas. But it's a whole nother story to actually take that product and verify and validate it to see if it actually has potential. And so that's what I want to show you how to actually do properly, because most of the tutorials on YouTube are outdated, even some of my own videos. So this is super important, and we're going to dive into my screen and show you this real life example. So we're going to say that we used a cool strategy or a cool software to find a product opportunity called a disposable trash can. So once we found the idea, now we have to actually go in and verify it. And you're going to come over here and you're going to be like, oh, well, this seller has 98 reviews and they've sold 800 plus in the last month. Like, they're crushing it, with which they are. This seller only has 93 reviews and they've sold 50 plus in the last month. Like, they are crushing it for sure. And this one who has 17 reviews, they've sold 100 plus last month. And you're like, oh, wow, well, there seems to be a lot of opportunity. And then you use an extension like Jungle Scout or Helium 10 or Data Dive, and you basically pull all of the data, throw it up on this data chart, and you look at the average reviews, which is 41, which is super low. So you're like, okay, the competition is super, super low. This is a good sign. Then you look at the whether or not the product is in demand or not. And you're like, oh, well, they're doing $81,000, $60,000, $58,000 a month. Like, they're crushing it. So like, yeah, there's a lot of demand. And then you're like, oh, well, this person that's doing 60,000 in sales only has 12 reviews. And you're like, well, if they have that many reviews, like, I think I can go and launch this product too, and I'm going to make $1 million. And that is basically your typical product research verification process. They just look at the average reviews, they see that the sellers are doing a lot in revenue, and they're like, oh, this is a good opportunity. But you're wrong. That's just one part to the entire process. That's just scratching the surface. And so what I want to do is take it a step further and how to actually verify and validate whether or not this actually has potential or not. And the results are going to shock you, to be honest. And so we're going to be using a tool called Data Dive. We're going to be doing what's called a deep dive. No other software tool in this space can do this. And like I said, I'm going to blow your mind. So once you have Data Dive, and I'll put a link down below where you guys can get an exclusive discount, you're going to select your main competitors, and then you're going to hit dive. And what this is going to do is it's similar to Jungle Scout and Helium 10, where it's doing a reverse ASIN lookup, but it's taking it a step further. I mean, it's analyzing everything that you can possibly imagine. So it's not just taking and finding the keywords that these competitors are ranking for. It's also going to show at what position they're ranking for on that keyword. It's also going to show the listing age, the ratings, the variations, the sales, the revenue, the fulfillment, whether they're advertising, the search volume with ads, the category, the ASIN, the brand, the seller strength, the seller country, everything in one place. Finally, there is a tool that helps you actually verify the best way possible. And this might look confusing at first, but it's very simple because it's color coordinated. We've got red, we've got orange, yellow, and green. It's basically red light for, hey, warning, stop. We've got a yellow light or an orange light to, hey, slow down, warning, brake check. Or green is, hey, go, fly through the intersection. So it's very, very simple. So you can see right out the gate, all these competitors are very strong. And I'll explain why they're very strong. Because if you come over here to the search terms, so this is the search terms that they're ranking for, it's showing you how they're ranking. And you can see that this seller is just absolutely destroying, and they're ranking basically on the first page the first spot of page 1 for basically every single keyword. And then this one is basically for every single keyword as well. And this one is basically the second spot for every single keyword. And you don't see a whole lot of green. It's basically a bunch of red and orange telling you, warning, pause, hold up. This is not good. And if you come over here to overview, you're also going to see that the competitor search volume strength is showing the same exact thing, which that's just what I showed you. This just shows you in an easier, more understandable way. Basically saying, hey, your competitors are very strong because they are just dominating all of the keywords. And so the keywords and the ranking is basically telling you how strong of competition it is. And why that's important is the stronger the competition, the harder it is going to be to wedge yourself into this category or niche, because all of the main sellers are taking advantage of all the best keywords. And I'll show you guys an example of maybe better opportunity. I'm not going to show you guys a perfect opportunity because I hate showing ideas and then you get 10, 20, 30 people all launching the same exact products. So I want to show you how to actually do the research so you guys can find and verify products yourself. So again, this is showing very strong. The competition you trying to wedge yourself in is going to be very difficult. And so again, at first glance, the average seller, the average person, or the average person teaching on YouTube would be like, oh, this is a great opportunity because competition is super low and the revenue is super high. But when you actually look at the keywords and ranking for those keywords, it's going to be hard to wedge yourself in. And so that's why I absolutely love Data Dive. And we could spend an entire video, which if you guys are interested in me going through an entire video showing this, I definitely can. But this is just a very easy glance overview of like, okay, this competition is way too strong and I don't even want to touch it. Whereas if we come over here to another product, so this one, the average reviews is super low. So we got 70, but you're going to see the competitor search volume strength is we've got 11 that are very weak, and then we've got 4 that are weak, and then we've got 3 that are strong, and then we've got 6 that are very strong. So this market is a whole complete different ball game. So if we come over here to the master keyword list, you're going to see that there's a lot of green. There's a lot of green. Yes, there's going to always be red, but the more green, the more yellow that we see, the better, the more opportunity it has. And so you can see that like there are sellers that are doing really good that are very weak. And that again presents opportunity for us. So using Data Dive and doing what's called a deep dive, this is a way more in-depth reverse ASIN lookup. Yes, it's pulling all the keywords, but it's telling you where they're ranking for, how they're ranking, what keywords, the relevancy, and everything else. And then if you come over here to the overview, it's going to give you a quick snapshot of, okay, this actually has some potential. This has something that I can actually work with. And so this is something that I'm more excited about. Where again, most people would have been stoked about this product and would have been super excited. But once they actually did a deep dive, they would have uncovered that they would have gotten destroyed. And that's why there's so many sellers that are like, oh, well, I thought I found a good product. But then when they go to launch it, they didn't realize that the competition was very, very strong. And the only way to gauge that is a tool like Data Dive. So again, I'll put the link down below. You guys can check it out. And that is the first learning lesson that I've learned is doing product verification properly. My team and I have been using Data Dive for the last 2+ years, and it's been an absolute game changer. And it's really helped us stay ahead of our competition. And so this is something that I personally use in my business. I personally use it in our consulting, our coaching, in our agency that we ran. Everything we use is with Data Dive. And so I wanted to share that with you guys in this video. Now, jumping into the second lesson that I learned, it goes hand in hand with product verification and probably just as important, and that is improving your product. So we have the finding of the product, which that's the easy part. Then we've got the verification, which is the harder part. And I just showed you guys how to do that with the Data Dive. And then we've got the improve your product. This is kind of the last checkpoint to check off whether or not this product actually has potential. And the way that we're going to do that is by using artificial intelligence. And Data Dive has an incredible tool that makes our life so much easier. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how we're going to do that. So let's now jump back into my screen and show you how to actually improve our product using what's called the AI product brief inside of Data Dive. This makes your life so much easier. And before this tool, trying to do this manually, it was impossible. You could basically kind of scrape all the reviews and throw it into ChatGPT and get something similar, but it literally took hours. Or I had a virtual assistant try to do this. But basically what you're going to do is select product brief, and then you're going to select your top 10 competitors. And what it's going to do is it's going to go in and basically pull all of the most important information from those listings, basically looking at the reviews, what the customers are saying, what they like and what they dislike. And it's going to show you exactly what you need to do in your product if you want to stand out. So I'm going to select the competitors. I already did this. And then you're going to hit analyze selected competitors. Then it's going to give you the attributes. We'll literally break down everything. And at the very bottom, this is where things get very easy because you just hit generate product brief and it will literally show you the overview. It will show you what the product should have. So these are things that the product should have. So it's like, okay, it needs to be reusable. It needs to have 3-pack option with custom fitted liners included. That's something that I probably wouldn't have thought of. It needs to be lightweight, compact, foldable design. There's a lot of things that you need to make sure that your product has. Then you can come right here and it says what your product should not have: poor quality, complicated setup, heavy bulk, misleading description, provide accurate and detailed product descriptions, poor customer service, slow shipping. So if you can have FBA, like that's one thing that you can do to stand out. The value-added ideas and desired improvements are enhanced durability, so making it more durable, eco-friendly, customizable design, so also offer theme design. So most of the competitors were just offering just the plain white. So maybe you could offer a fun design that was more tailored to a high-end wedding or an event or whatever the case may be. Integrated handles, so most of them don't have handles. Can they be multi-use functionality, so not just garbage cans, but for storage or recycling? A quick assembly, preloaded liners, so instead of you having to actually put them in, they come preloaded. Like, it gives you a lot of different ideas to improve the product. Now, if you get to this point and you're like, well, this just doesn't make sense, or I can't do this, or I like this, but it might be too expensive, that's where you might get to the point where, hey, the product just might not work, and that's okay. So yes, you went through the process of finding the product, you verified it, but if you can't improve it, then stop there. I'm telling you, it's going to save you a ton of money. It's going to save you a lot of headache and hassle down the road. And so if you can't legitimately improve it, that's okay. Move on to the next product. There's millions of products. There's over 30 million products on Amazon. There is a product for you to sell. Now, I'm not saying that there is not a way to improve it. I'm just saying, for future reference, these are lessons that I've learned. Just cut the cord. Understand that don't get too attached to a certain product. If it can't work, don't force it. So you've got value-added ideas and improvements. You got customer avatar. So this is literally showing you who you are selling to, and then any other insights that are going to be valuable. So literally with a click of a button in less than 5 minutes, I just analyzed my competition and I figured out, okay, what I need to include, what I shouldn't include, how can I improve, and what are my customer avatars and how can I sell it to them better. So these are disposable trash cans. Again, after using a data dive and actually verifying a little bit further, the competition is pretty brutal. It's going to be pretty difficult. And so I'm not going to launch that, but I just wanted to show you how you can use the AI product brief to really get a feel for how you can improve your product and crush your competition. If you can do this part correct, everything else is going to be a lot easier in your FBA business. So verify properly, use data dive, analyze your competitors, do a deep dive, and then use their AI product brief to figure out how you can improve and differentiate your product. I mean, those two things are straight gold. So diving into the third and last lesson is optimizing your listing properly. I see a lot of people screw up with this, and surprise, surprise, we're going to be using Data Dive to optimize our listing. This is kind of the theme of the video. Data Dive has changed everything that I do inside my business. We've been using it in our agency for the last couple years and in our consulting, everything. And I just decided it's time to show the world how amazing this tool is. So we got the product brief, we got doing the deep dive. Now we're going to do what's called the listing builder and optimizing your listing. So these are, again, lessons that I've learned over the years. It used to take forever to optimize a listing. trying to do it manually. And then it got easier with ChatGPT. But there's still holes in the gap. Like, yes, you can go throw in and say, hey, here's my keywords, create a listing. But that's just part of it. Using the AI listing builder inside of Data Dive makes it that much easier. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go to the product, and basically once you scan a product into their system, you can basically pull that data across your AI product brief, your listing builder, through your PPC and everything. It makes it super easy. Everything is in one place, and that's why I love it. And so what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and just go to AI Copywriter, and you're literally going to have AI write the entire listing for you. So I'm going to select this, I'm going to hit continue, and it says preparing your listing. And this is what every single seller should be doing when creating your listing, is using this data, this tool, and AI, merging them together. And watch, in a matter of seconds, we're literally doing this live. We're going to have a title, we're going to have bullet points, and we're going to have a description that are 100% optimized and maximized for results. And as you can see, it's giving me the entire review, and I'm going to come down here and hit continue, and then it's going to add it right here, and it's going to show me the title. I'm going to come over here to the bullet points, and it's going to show me the bullet points. I'm going to come over here to the description, and it's going to show me the description. And from there, I'm going to then add my unique twist to it. And so literally, I just created an optimized title in a matter of seconds, like I did this live for you. So we've got an optimized title with the best keywords that have the best relevancy scores, and when I compare them to my competition. Then we come over here to the bullet points. We have all the bullet points. We got the description. And then on the right-hand side, it's going to show me the combined stats. And it's going to show me how I'm ranking overall. So overall, I'm 1 out of 17. So I'm going to have the absolute best listing compared to my competition. My title is 1 out of 17. It's the ultimate. My bullet points, technically, I could do some work and improve that, but 7 out of 17 is pretty decent. And then my description is 2 out of 17. So overall, when I'm comparing my listing to my competitors, and that's another thing that this tool does, is it's going to use AI to write it, and it's literally comparing your results to your competitors so that you absolutely crush them. And if you can do this, you're going to rank better, you're going to crush your competition, and your Amazon selling experience is going to be a lot easier. Not to mention the amount of time that you are saving by doing this. And it's just basically taking a lot of shortcuts, but we're not shortcuts in a bad way. These are shortcuts in a good way, because you are buying your time back and you're optimizing for success. So these 3 things: verifying properly, improving the product. If you can't do that, you might as well throw your money away. And then when it comes to listing optimization, how does your listing actually stack up to your competition? And using the listing builder inside of Data Dive, using AI will literally build it out for you in a matter of seconds. This is the secret to win with Amazon right now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments down below. I appreciate your guys' support. I'll put the coupon code to Data Dive. And if you guys want more in-depth tutorials on Data Dive, I have a link to my school group. You guys can get a 7-day free trial, test it out, watch the tutorials, take advantage of the content, learn. And if you want to stick around, then I'd love to have you in the community. But I'll put all the links in the description down below. And I just want to say thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.